This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Friday. We made it. Come on now. Eric and I are in matching jumpsuits.
Oh, yes, we're women at work.
Women at work.
You guys are going to Beyonce's disco party.
I love that. Oh, she looks way better in hers. All right.
Stop it.
I'm just kidding.
Great.
We have got a few updates on the stories we've been talking about all week. First up, the Queen. Check this out. The queue is now the story, okay?
Whoa.
So the queue to see the Queen, or the line as we know it, has gotten so long that authorities have to close it for 6 hours. It was already 5 miles long, which begs the question, will there be a queue to get into the queue? David Beckham was spotted waiting in the queue, just with people all around him, confirming he was waiting for more than 10 hours with everyone else. But the British are taking it like true champs. Here's what one person said at 1 a.m. while waiting.
But this queue is different to all other queues I've ever been in because everybody here is here for a purpose, to see the Queen. If you go to Stansted Airport, you're in a queue for your holiday. Well, that's fine. But here, this is not a queue. This is a magical moment we're all sharing together.
So it's sort of one of those moments where in America where you're like, where were you when this happened? This queue has become sort of the story. It gives me kind of chills. What do you think of the queue, and would you be able to stand 12 hours in line? Who would you wait 12 hours in line to see is what I should ask. What do you guys think?
Well, I waited 3.5 or 4 hours in line to go pay my respects to Mayor Harold Washington, who was the first black mayor in Chicago. So, but that was like a million years ago. I was very young. It was also December because I remember getting picked up from the Nutcracker before going. So that's like
in Chicago in December.
That's
freezing.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's a
line.
That's a trooper. Yeah. But shout out to David Beckham.
Right?
Like, I mean, not only is he standing in line for 10 hours with everyone else, but he also is subjected to everyone wanting to talk to him and get a picture. Like, that's a lot.
I was wondering where his disguise was.
Yeah, no, and to be honest with him, at some point it was almost a disruption in the queue. The queue had a disruption from David Beckham, but he stayed in and wanted to be part of the subjects. What would you wait in line that long for?
So I really could not jog my brain for anything that I was standing in line for 12 hours for. But I did think about something that I did when I was younger. Jay-Z said he was retiring. And as a New Yorker, I loved him so much that I was on punishment during this time. And I was about to sneak out the window and go anyway. And so I would have waited on a 12-hour line to go to that last concert. My mom ended up letting me go. It was going to be a journey all the way to Manhattan, sneaking from my parents. I lived in Long Island. That's about an hour away. So I would have definitely waited in line to see his last concert. Ultimately, as y'all know, he never retired.
Yeah.
So he's like
Tom
Michael
Brady.
Jordan, Tom Brady of the whole situation.
That's right. That's right.
Have you waited?
I've waited in line in protests and marches. I drove 8 hours to protest the Bush inauguration, which I thought was iffy with Florida when I was in college. But to me, it feels like London's having one of those, and I hate to say this, I'm not saying it's a happy moment, but when JFK passed away, after 9/11, where there's a unification of the country around the morals and what they stand for, and the queue has sort of signified that. It's become that, and I think it's a moment these people will never forget.
And even if you're not on the line, I feel like people are just watching this on television.
That's right.
Trying to see what's going on, like
That's
we
right.
all would if you wouldn't
know.
just want to stand there.
Absolutely, and that says a lot about the Queen as well. Well, we also have news about Prince Harry. The prince will be allowed to wear his military uniform tomorrow as he and his brother stand vigil at their grandmother's coffin. So this all comes down, everyone, to King Charles, and he decided to give him the same special dispensation, allowing him to wear the uniform that Prince Andrew was also granted. So what do you think changed that Prince Harry will be allowed to wear the uniform? And more importantly, do you all, and I'm asking you at home, think perhaps this is a moment of proof, of movement, of shifting, of Harry and his father perhaps reconciling? No is what I think you're going to say.
I don't think it has. I wouldn't speculate that he and his father have reconciled. I hope that any child and their parent can have some reconciliation. However, you have a situation where a pedophile has been granted special permission, and because your son decided to stand up for himself and find his voice, he's being treated as if he's a lower ranking than this pedophile.
Alleged pedophile, we're supposed to say.
Alleged pedophile who did actually, at least in the civil suit.
Correct, and he lost a lot of powers as
exactly.
well. Absolutely.
Exactly.
And also, I will say, Linz, Harry did 2 tours in Afghanistan. He spent 10 years he was an army captain, and there's a video of him in a BBC interview. The alarm goes off. He rips the mic off and runs to his jet to get on and start working. What do you think about that?
I just think on an everyday people level, like when someone passes away and there's a friction in your family, that's the moment where you realize usually like life is short. Let's put this to the side. And I think now is a great time to sort out their differences. Is it something where it's irreversible?
Right.
You can never speak again. And if it's not that far, let's figure out how to mend this. Even though it might take a lot of time,
right.
Let's start working on that. And
right.
I think part of that is, if you're the new king, extending an olive branch.
I agree with you. And this seems like the green light a little bit. I got to get to this story. People are also talking about King Charles after his first week as king, specifically all the drama he's had with pens. I don't know if you know about this. So first, see this incident where the king was anxious to have someone clear the pen, shoo, 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 clear the pen and ink from the desk. He's then seen waving for them to come and move it. Ooh, ooh, get away, shoo, 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 shoo. Then, in a signing ceremony in Ireland, the king got the date wrong. That didn't start off right. Then his pen began to leak. Take a look.
Oh, God, I hate this.
Oh, look, it's going everywhere. Hang on. So nobody got it wrong.
Where is that?
Oh, look, it's everywhere.
Can't bear this bloody thing. What do they do? Everyone's stinking.
Poor guy. Check out what Trevor Noah had to say about the whole pen gate, we're calling it.
And by the way, I love how Charles says the pens leak on him all the time. You see the way he was this bloody thing. You're literally the king of England, dude. If you don't like the pens, get different pens. I'm not an expert in the monarchy, but I'm pretty sure the hierarchy doesn't go Prince William, King Charles, and then the guy who buys the pens. I don't think that's how it goes. Just get a new pen.
I just feel so bad because like Queen Elizabeth had like 0 of these. She was just graceful for 70 plus years, and he's like, oh, the bloody pen. I just feel bad. He looks kind of fussy.
Well, I feel like gracefulness comes like at 25 years old to be given that position. You still are impressionable enough that you can morph into this very graceful in front of public person that grows into the role. But I'm saying he's 73, and so like classic grandpa move, not knowing how to do something properly, right? He's just doing what people do, and so like this just makes him more human to me. It's like hilarious of me trying to explain like how to get on Wi-Fi to. I'm not even gonna go there because I don't feel like getting scolded by anybody in my family, but you know what I'm talking about.
I do, and I do have to tell you this one story, though, that Paul, one of their, I guess, helpers or butlers said, Prince Charles called him in when he was Prince Charles, and he said, Paul, the Queen's letter has dropped on the floor. Can you please pick it up? And so he went and picked it up and handed it to him. And he goes, is that all, sir? And he's like, yes, Paul. So his whole life, he's never had to move anything. He's never picked up anything. So I think we're seeing the fussiness of that kind of a life. Right? No good. Erica's not into it. Coming up.
I mean, my mom does the Peloton every day, and she's around the same age. I don't know what that problem.
Ooh, shots fired. I like it. Coming up on DBL, our interview with the hilarious Joe Koy. He's telling us all about his new Netflix special. And are you the type to get road rage behind the wheel? Be honest. We're revealing the top states where drivers seems to have the worst tempers. Coming up next. Is it your state?
Closed captioning provided by
So I was just sharing that my mother's around the same age as King Charles, and she's very active, but I also want to give my mother a shout out because on my way to work today, she called me and she was very apologetic that she had done the best as she could with me, and I didn't understand what she was talking about, but apparently she was watching the show yesterday, and she wanted me to know that she would have bought me a light bright tomorrow.
You should still get it right now.
Yeah, I'm like, Mom, do not send me a light bright. We were talking about classic games that are getting put into the Toy Hall of Fame, and I said that I hadn't gotten the light bright. My mother kind of fumbled the ball on that, but I have no hard feelings. You did a great job, Mom, and I am so proud to be your daughter.
But you have nieces and nephews now, so you need a light bright just off the strength of just having one in the house.
Maybe.
So, and your mom don't have to buy it. I understand, because I told my mom, don't get me anything either. I'm grown now. I'll get you stuff. But, you know, maybe having one is like a little, you have a record player in your house. So I feel like a light bright nostalgia, the same type of deal.
But I use the record player. I don't really see myself maybe using the light bright, but if they leave it at the house, yeah, I would play with the nieces and nephews. Just don't send it to my house.
So I just put it back. It could live in your mom's house.
Yes, yeah. I would play with the light bright.
Don't you have to get rid of the papers every time you put all the holes in? That was the annoying part. It's like they should make like a reusable situation. I remember they were like actual like, what is that paper
Just in case someone didn't know.
It's like
construction paper.
Yeah.
Made out of that.
Per capita.
Where we did have the construction paper in the basement because, you know, daughter of a teacher, you have all those things just stacked away in the basement.
40 times as many people.
Right, exactly.
It was a survey of drivers.
Welcome back. For some people, driving can be relaxing. Is that you?
No.
Whoa. But if you've ever been cut off or had someone following just a little too closely, as I'm sure you have, sometimes it can make your blood boil. Well, check this out. These are the top 10 worst states with road rage drivers. Utah has the angriest drivers, followed by Missouri. Then right here in Colorado, that's amazing, we are number 3. Oklahoma is 4th, and New Mexico comes in at number 5. Here's the list of the top 10 states with the nicest drivers. Look at North Dakota coming in strong, followed by Pennsylvania, Michigan, Florida, and New York. Yes,
that's
I say
a lie.
Florida. I know, crazy. You don't think New York is right? I think it's per capita too, so it's depending on how many people in each state. So all of us has this asking, how do you deal with your aggression while you're driving? Have you ever had a scary road rage incident? Any of you guys angry drivers? Either?
I think that I definitely am.
Oh!
Like I get, especially after I had Kinsley, if anybody's driving, like I want to run them off the road and slap fire out of them because like I have a little baby, my whole entire world in my backseat, and you are speeding around me, I'm going to really hurt you. But Colin had to make me reel it in, okay, because I had the baby in the car, so I just now let people go.
You do?
But like the blood that boils in the moment of them having no respect for, like I don't want to also have a baby on board sign. I'm still trying to be like a little bit cool. I don't want to have like a minivan and a baby on board sign. But I need to so people can have some kind of common decency with a kid in the back of the car.
And you're in Colorado. Do you worry about road rage though? If you're gonna act, hey you, hey mister, do you worry they might have a weapon?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
yes,
right? That's
I assume everyone has a weapon.
I think you should.
Honestly, I do. My husband and I get into arguments about this all the time because he is very aggressive when he drives.
I didn't know that about Anthony.
Very aggressive.
Anthony.
And I'm a far better driver, although I did just crash his car, I know. I'm a far better driver, but he gets so aggressive, and I'm like, you cannot be going back and forth with people like that because you do not know what they have in their car or what they're capable of.
No.
And I'm not trying to die over like getting cut off.
Right.
So yeah,
Well, that's the thing. I grew up in New York, and I feel like everybody's honking and rude, so I don't even understand that being the nicest. But I understand Texas being on there because being with Colin, he's like, listen, you guys do all this hoopla, beeping at each other, beeping all the way down the road.
In New York.
We don't do that in Texas. Like we assume also that everyone has a gun, and so we simply, you got it. You know, that's what everybody does as we drive.
Totally.
And so that's not something I grew up with. We're just rude. All the cab drivers are rude. You expect to be rude. The more aggressive you are, the more chances you'll get somewhere on time.
So funny about the different cultures. I will say this, I'm studying Buddhism, as I said many, many times, and they say when you get cut off, that moment that rises within you is called like bourgeois suffering, because it's not real suffering, but it's like so angry. If you can try and take 3 deep breaths and picture a tiny Buddha on your dashboard, it can help. Just a tiny
I just
Buddha.
picture living.
That's right. Yeah. That or a tiny little Buddha dancing. Coming up on DBL, we have some fun with comedian Joe Koy. He's given us all the deets on his new Netflix special. Stay tuned for that.
The push to get updated COVID-19 boosters into arms ASAP is an effort to get ahead of a possible fall or winter surge. But when it comes to rolling up sleeves for a flu shot already, when it's hardly even sweater weather, people have questions. Let's verify. Is it too early to get an annual flu shot? Our sources are the CDC, FDA, and MedStar infectious disease Dr. Glenn Wortman. Flu shots change each year in an effort to target the strain scientists predict to be most prominent and are effective for about 6 months.
One of the most difficult things is we never know what flu season is going to be like.
The CDC advises against getting vaccinated too early because protection may decrease over time, but defines too early as July or August. The recommendation is to get vaccinated before the flu begins to spread, and guidance says September and October are, quote, generally good times to get the shot. So no, in mid-September, it's not too early to get an annual flu shot. But since flu season can last well into the spring, Dr. Wortman is among the doctors recommending an October vaccination for those who can wait.
Possibly if flu season goes on until March, April, you might not have as much benefit from the flu shot towards the end of that season. So if you wait to get it until October timeframe, then your immunity would last longer until the spring.
But he and the CDC advise it's better to be a bit on the early side than to not get a vaccine at all.
If there's a question that you might not get it at all because you're so busy, then it's better just to go ahead and get it now.
The CDC does point to a study, though, showing people who get the COVID-19 booster and the flu shot at the same time, like what's being offered at clinics like this one, are more likely to experience slight side effects like fatigue and achiness, but the study shows those tend to go away pretty quickly. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Welcome back. Joe Koy is so funny that he sells out arenas across the globe. Earlier, we chatted with him about some of the stories from his new Netflix special. Check it out.
Please welcome the hilarious, talented Joe Koy.
Yeah.
I wish I was there.
Joe, we need to get you here. Next time you're in Denver, you have to join us. I can't guarantee that Jerry Springer will be
Yeah,
there.
you're in luck. That's true.
Joe, if you'll let me on the same stage with you, welcome.
Joe, I have the first question. Here we go. You often talk
Joy?
about...
How dare you call me Joy?
Did you Joy?
Joe Koy, Joy. It rhymes. All right. So far, we're off to a great start in season 6 here. Yeah. Joe, so you often talk about the great dynamic between you and your ex-wife. You also left your last relationship on great terms, but we got to know, in your opinion, what's the worst way to interview somebody? No, what's the worst way you could break up with someone?
I think the worst way to break up with somebody is via text.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've had friends do that, and it freaks me out. I'm like, wait a minute, you just texted her? That's it? Like, I just, what? That didn't even make sense to me. I think there should always be closure, and I think there should always be a relationship. And a good relationship. I don't see what hate is all about when people are no longer together. I just don't understand what that's about.
What a good man. I know,
Great
such
answer.
a good man, right? All right, you've come such a long way since you first started doing comedy. You sell out arenas, rock star. But what was your first stand-up? What was your first stand-up experience like? I did to dozens, maybe tens of people during my stand-up experience. What was yours?
Okay. I mean, it's crazy. I pitch myself all the time. I just did. You know, I'm on this world tour right now, and I just did 10,000 people in the Philippines on a Wednesday. On a Wednesday, and then I flew to Dubai and did Coca-Cola Arena out there, and next is MSG in New York.
Wow.
It's like,
oh man,
it's crazy to even to think of this. And now we just added the United Center in Chicago, FTX Arena in Miami, and we added another Honda Center in Anaheim. It's just like my head's gonna explode. Like it's just a dream coming true right now.
Eddie Murphy was your idol, though, right? Or one of your idols?
Yes.
And you're going to be performing in the same place you first saw him?
Well, no, I saw him in Seattle. I already performed there.
Right.
And it was cool because I brought my son to the arena. You know, he tours with me, and I sat him in the seats that I sat in when I watched Eddie Murphy, and I sold out the same arena. It was crazy.
How
was
cool is
such
that?
a moment.
What a meta moment.
It was such a moment.
You have so many cool moments, so many cool friends. I heard that you're friends with Tommy Lee. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
wow.
that's the seat. That's the seat.
Wow.
That's it.
Look at him.
And I saw Eddie, yeah. And it's kind of cool because they renovated the place, so it was actually bigger than when I saw Eddie. So it was actually 14,500 people that night.
Wow. I can't even imagine.
What a moment.
I wanted to ask you about Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. I had no idea you guys are close friends, and I hear you have a funny story. Yeah. You brought up the Philippines, but apparently he told you he's never been to the Philippines. Why? Or he wouldn't perform there?
They never played the Philippines. It tripped me out when he said that to me. I was like, wait, what? And he you know, it was just an honest answer. And I think that's another reason why I'm so happy when I talk about my culture on stage, because a lot of people don't know that Filipinos speak English and Filipinos love American entertainment. And, you know, with me coming out and talking about my culture, and also Arnel Pineda is the lead singer of Journey. People are starting to learn about the Philippines now. And yeah, I understand why he never played, but it was just like 50 years in the business and you guys never went to the Philippines. So at least I know that he's going to go now.
Yes, we love it. Joe, thank you so much for putting up with us.
It's been a joy. Yeah.
And that's how you get an Emmy right there. You called it all right back.
Joe, you gotta join us in the flesh next time.
Yes, absolutely.
DBL Nation, you can watch Joe's new Netflix special, Joe Koy, live at the Los Angeles Forum, streaming now on Netflix. We'll be right back.
Bye, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Well, I love you.
I love you, buddy.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Book bag, check. Pencils, check. Notebooks, check.
Scissors you have and glue.
Back to school season can get pretty pricey. The National Retail Federation says that families with children in elementary school through high school plan to spend on average $864 this year on school supplies. That number is up $167 from 2019. But there are many school supplies above the basics that aren't covered by parents or provided by the school. The burden of purchasing those items often falls on teachers, according to several posts on social media. Many people claim that 94% of teachers have had to dip into their own pockets to buy school supplies. But is that true? Let's verify. Our sources are the Department of Education, Washington State's K-12 Education Department, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools in North Carolina, Houston Independent School District in Texas, as well as Donors Choose and AdoptAClassroom.org, two crowdsourcing classroom funding sites.
We don't keep twisting. Nope, they're already ready to go.
In her pre-kindergarten classroom at Friendship Blow Pierce Elementary School in Washington, D.C., where Dominique Foster spends her day teaching 4-year-olds, the 2022 DC Teacher of the Year recipient sat down with Verify to talk about her experience paying for classroom supplies.
I used to somewhat be embarrassed by how much money I would spend for my classroom. Yeah, you can make numbers, letters.
A classroom decked out with stations for sensory play, science and discovery, creativity and imagination, and even cooking. Foster says throughout her 20 years of teaching, she spent tens of thousands of dollars of her own money making sure her students have the supplies they need to succeed. A lot of money that she prefers to call an investment.
I've never known a teacher who didn't spend money. It absolutely is the norm, and sometimes it is the expectation.
A spokesperson from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools, the public school system for the Mecklenburg County in North Carolina, told Verify, quote, "The district gives teachers the necessary equipment and supplies for their classroom. However, some teachers supplement supplies to enhance their lessons. They acquire these through personal purchases and donations." According to Houston Independent School District, the largest public school district in Texas, if teachers want or need other supplies that the school's budget doesn't support, they often use options like Amazon's wish list.
Just stay over there for a few minutes so we can have some fun, we can talk.
Foster says teachers feel enormous pressure to teach at high levels while being underpaid and under-resourced.
And that pressure usually pushes teachers to go out and find it or buy it themselves.
A study from 2015 conducted by the Department of Education found that 94% of public school teachers use their own money on school supplies. The agency says this is their most recent data on this topic, but according to more recent studies, that number may actually be higher. A 2018 survey conducted of 4,400 teachers by adoptaclassroom.org found that 96% of teachers purchase basic school supplies for their classrooms and for their students whose families are unable to afford them. And a survey of teachers registered on the Donors Choose website showed that on average, those teachers spend $750 per year on those supplies. So we can verify, 94% of teachers do report paying for school supplies out of pocket. In fact, the number may be even higher.
I'm Erica Cobb, and here are 3 things you didn't know about me. My very first concert in high school was DC Talk, because y'all know that Jesus Freak was a jam, okay? My freshman year in college, I woke up every day to Jodeci's All My Life.
I will never find another lover sweeter than you, sweeter than you.
Every day. I took 6 years of French lessons starting in kindergarten and followed up with 8 years of Spanish, and the only language I can speak is English.
You're so cute. That's hilarious. I love that. Very well done. Welcome back. So study after study has shown what most of us already know, walking. It's really, really good for us. So it's time for some joint and muscle support brought to you by Omega XL. A brisk walk can not only improve the health of your joints and muscles, it just relieves tension. It reduces anxiety. It helps boost creativity, and it may even slow down aging. No gym, workout equipment required, just 30 minutes of walking per day is just a great way to improve your overall fitness. It's really that easy. Omega XL has improved the lives of millions of consumers, supported by 30 years of clinical research. Omega XL's powerful and proven benefits have transformed the lives of athletes, celebrities, and dedicated daily users. Call 1-800-686-5325 or visit omegaxl.com for more information. I need to hear the origin of why you listened to that song.
So emotional at a young age.
First, I have to apologize because it was Casey and JoJo, not Jodeci. So my bad.
Okay, good call.
But yeah, I don't know. I think because I got one of those alarm clocks, CD alarm clocks, when that was like the thing when I went to college.
Yeah, huge.
And I only had a few CDs, and that was one of them. And it was a single, so I just put it in there, and every morning it would come on. So my poor roommate Jasmine was like, one morning she just woke up, she's like, Erica, please, just any other song. So yeah.
When you hear
but I want to give a shout out to Rolling Trouble because he knows Jesus Freak too.
No way,
Yeah.
and it is a jam.
Nice. It is
a jam.
You blast from the past with those single CDs. I'm like, oh my God, only one song on replay.
Over and mine was Lisa Loeb's Stay, over and over and over. And we do hope you will stay as well. DBL, we are new every day. We will see you same time, same place Monday. Y'all have a really good weekend and be kind to yourself. How about trying that for a change?
Amen.
Amen. I'm trying it.
Do you guys have alarms on your phone right now?
Yeah, and
that's a song?
No, it's mine. Yeah.
Oh, mine is.
What's yours?
For the love of money. Money, money, money.
Oh my God.
Colin gets so mad.